Okay, so your first question asks, what is the difference between the number of electrons in an atom of argon and the number of electrons in an atom of sodium? So this is actually a question from your last test. So I want to make sure that you understand how you do questions like this. So remember, you have tools you can use on Schoology, such as highlighting. So in this question, I think some words that we should highlight are difference. When you see that word in math class, what do? When you see difference, you know you have to subtract. So now we need to determine what are we subtracting? Okay, we're subtracting the electrons in argon and the electrons in sodium. All right, so before I try to answer a question, before I look at the answer choices, I always make sure I understand what the question is asking me. All I've done so far is make sure in my head I understand that I'm being asked for the difference in the electrons in argon and the electrons in sodium. So I need to find the electrons in argon, the electrons in sodium, subtract. I wouldn't even look at the answer choices. I wouldn't even look at them until you have your answer. That way you find the one that matches your answer, you're confident, you know you're right. That's a great skill. So now I need to remember, okay, how do I find electrons? I got a picture of argon and sodium from the periodic table, but how do I find electrons? Okay, we have a tool. Remember, we have 8-man. 8-man is what we use to find protons, neutrons, and electrons. So remember 8-man looks like this. This is your formula for 8-man. So I only need to find electrons. Do I need to do the second half of the formula? No, I can. It's not going to hurt, but I don't need to. So I'm just going to delete man because I know I only need to find electrons. So let's get this set up for argon and for sodium. I would suggest you do this on paper. This is a lot easier to write on paper than it is to type while you're taking a test. So I would definitely do this on paper. But I'm going to go through 8 for argon and sodium to find electrons. So the atomic number, remember, is this top number. So for argon, the atomic number is 18. I don't really need the protons. I'm going to go ahead and fill it in. So there's also 18 protons because protons are equal to the atomic number, and there's 18 electrons because electrons are equal to the atomic number. Let's do the same thing for sodium. Remember, the atomic number is the top number. So for sodium, the atomic number is 11. So there are 11 protons and 11 electrons. The only part I'm worried about in this question is the electrons. So I need to know the difference in the electrons in argon and sodium. So argon has 18, sodium has 11. What is 18 minus 11? Y'all can do that.